Hello everyone, my name is Tom Christopher and I'm from Universitas Bunda Mulia. In this video, I'll be explaining the topic of my infographic, an AI's take on translation. Please enjoy. Okay, I would like to start off by saying that we've become very familiar with technology, to the point where it's what we use on a daily basis. We've grown accustomed to its functionality, its tools, and its convenience. This even applies to the language that we speak and hear every day. The new slangs, jargons, even terms that part of the older generation and the newer generation can barely keep track of. It applies to every single language. Now, a simple question. How many languages do you think there are in the world? Well, if you answered a number close to 7,000, then you're mostly right because according to the Ethnologue, in the 6th of November, there are approximately 7,151 languages spoken, with 40% or 3,405 languages being endangered. The most spoken languages are English and Mandarin, with English having more than 1.4 billion speakers and Mandarin having 1.1 billion speakers. Okay, knowing that there are thousands of languages spoken, it's no surprise that no one understands every single one of them. But don't fret. If we can count the languages spoken in a day, we can definitely try to understand them, right? How exactly? Well, the answer is machine translation. Machine translation is a translation device that uses artificial intelligence to translate from a language to another. A recognizable example is the well-known Google Translate. Now, there are four types of MTs or machine translations. Number one is statistical machine translation, which is identifying the relationship between words, phrases, and sentences in the source and target text using statistical models. Though it doesn't take context into account, so it's frequently used for simple sentences. Rule-based machine translation is using grammatical rules and analysis to translate, but its dependence on lexicons and also its need to be using proofreading makes it longer to use, which defeats the whole process. Hybrid machine translation is a combination of statistical machine translation and rule-based machine translation. It utilizes translation memory, making the quality of each translation improve. But it's still dependent on humans to proofread for it to be effective. Lastly is the neural machine translation, which uses neural networks similar to the human brain, which improves and learn the language that it's, well, using, making translation much faster and more accurate. Now, the benefits of machine translation is that they can offer automatic translations that help with translating large amounts of text, making translating to multiple languages faster and cheaper than having human translators. With some proofreading and editing, you'll be able to produce multiple translations with reliable accuracy and much more efficient. Okay, the most commonly used MTs is a statistical machine translation and neural machine translation, with neural machine translation being an upgrade to statistical machine translation. Notable examples are Google Translate, Microsoft Translator, and Amazon Translate. They support multiple languages, with Google supporting over 100 languages, Microsoft Translator supporting 70 languages, and Amazon translating over 71 languages with heightened accuracy thanks to the use of both SMTs, statistical, and NMTs, neural machine translations. A different example would be apps called DeepL and Baidu Translate, which supports fewer languages, with DeepL supporting only 13 languages and Baidu Translate, though similar to Google, has no English-based platforms. But what they do offer is higher accuracy that they use AI that has better grasp in the context and can turn more natural conversations and translations. Talking about AI, what is the influence of AI and translation? Well, the influence of it is that AI and translation technology is quite prevalent, actually. According to language service providers, the percentage of project for end clients using machine translator climbs from 13% in 2019 to 24% in 2020, with multiple content using MTs ranging from legal services, computer services to sales and marketing, and much more. Even airlines uses machine translation to help their 22,000 from 16 countries and language backgrounds to communicate better. Hear me out, 22,000 employees, everyone. Okay, lastly, in conclusion, AI has influenced the medium of translation to a larger extent, making communication easier and more efficient. Through machine translations, languages are much more easier to change from one language to another, especially in larger form of text, thus creating a much more inclusive space in a way that helps people understand what needs to be communicated more. With the help of AI, we can gather more information much faster and cheaper as well. Like how we use language every day to communicate, there is technology that coexists to emphasize and enlarge our capabilities in communication. That is why I believe AI is the best partner a translator could be with. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.